What's up guys, welcome back to this tutorial. So today we are going to be modifying this ASUS ROG Ally, changing it from the standard 512 gigabytes of storage and making it to be 2 terabyte plus an external 1 terabyte SSD. So initially when you get the ROG Ally, that is Z1 Extreme, it's this white color. So I had to add these stickers, so you can see here, to just decorate it. You can see I had to decorate it this way by adding these stickers and these thumb grips. So this device comes with 40 watts of battery, and if you're playing a triple game like let's say Uncharted, this AAA battery can last you for highest let's call it like 1 hour 30 minutes, and 1 hour 30 minutes is not enough for us. So we are going to be changing the battery of this ROG Ally to 74 watts, which can take in some games depending on your settings and FPS, and if you are in performance mode, turbo, or silent mode. In silent mode it could last for like 4 hours. In performance mode this could last for like 2 hours 30 minutes to 3 hours. So what do we need? We are going to be using an SSD, this move speed 2 terabyte SSD. This is a long SSD. This is 2280 NVMe. As you guys may know right now, the ROG Ally uses the short SSD, which is 2230. This is 2280, so we need an adapter to convert these two so that I can read on the ROG Ally. So we are going to be using this adapter I got from AliExpress. Using this adapter, I got this from AliExpress. This converts the short SSD, which we can now put on a long SSD. This just rearrange the way the Ally is made. The SSD needs to be like this, and there's no space behind to put the long SSD. So this rearrange this pin from vertical to horizontal. With that set, now we can now put the SSD on it. And we also have this is like the cover for to put the heatsink, which we might not need. We have also got the screen guard. This will protect the screen against damage, scratches, etc. Also, I have this keyboard. This is a keyboard and mouse. This will help me to use the ROG Ally as a computer. This trackpad and connects to the ROG Ally through Bluetooth. We are going to be adding some heat resistant tape. So this will so that the board or the SSD will not touch the motherboard of the ROG Ally. And finally, we are going to be using our case here, this case, to cover the Ally. After we've done everything like on this, we'll add this case to it. So now this is our USB hub. In this hub I have put a 1 terabyte 2230 SSD. So this is going to be an external storage where I install games, so I have more space. Altogether, this will be like 3 terabyte of storage, where I can install more games. So that's it, guys. Now let's go now to the tutorial of how to turn this Ally into the ultimate Ally. So I'm going to switch it off, exit to Windows, switch it off, shut down. We are going to let it. So when shut down, we turn back the back plate of the Ally. See, there are 6 screws on the Ally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to remove these 6 screws to remove this back plate. We are going to be using a precise screwdriver for this. The battery pack comes with a screwdriver. This is it. and a pinch. So you use it to open the ROG Ally. Now you need to, let's open our ROG Ally. Move on the screws. Be careful when turning the screws. You don't want to press the Ally against the hard surface, so be careful when doing that. That's why I see I'm supporting it with my left hand. So make sure you support with your left hand too. This middle screw here at the bottom, this screw doesn't come out, so it just turns and it doesn't come out like the others. So make sure you know how you do it. And from here now, you can use a prying tool to open it. So we're going to use a prying tool, which comes in the battery, or so these are my prying tools. I'm going to use these to open this device. So you put this one way, you put it in between. You should be very careful, not so hard. Slowly, slowly. Yeah. Then it one way, and slowly. Yeah. Slowly. Yeah. That's it. Turn the other way. Slowly. Turn this screw completely well. I'm sure I did. Shouldn't be any screw left. So I'm gonna have to pry on it very slowly. I think I'll need to move this screw completely. This particular screw completely. Okay, not complete. This is a final screw. You need to bring it right up. Okay. So, but these screws are quite long. These screws are quite really long. These screws, you need to make sure you bring it right up. So let's put this one way. And here's our ROG Ally. So first of all, this here is a sensor. This sensor detects if the Ally has been opened. So if the sensor is not, if the Ally is not closed with the back that closes it without showing light, the Ally will not come up. So we need to put a tape here. When we are done, we'll put a tape here to hide this. All right, first of all, we move this paper here on one side. This is the SSD. This is what we need to replace, and the battery here. So we are going to remove this ribbon cable connecting the Ally to this total board. This other total board. We need to remove this ribbon cable. So we take our screwdriver, and before that we need to pin this. We check this up. Inject this black place up, and the other way. Slowly, we pull the cable slowly, and we pull this slowly too. It comes out. Then we now, you see, it somehow stick to here, glued to here or whatever. We need to take it up slowly to not cut the cable, and put it sideways. Now there are some screws holding this battery. Yeah, this screw This is another screw here that's holding the battery. This is another one here. I think there are 3 screws holding this battery. Oh, this is another screw here. So it is hidden with a sticker. Clearly, this sticker here is hidden. So we need to remove the screw. And this sticker shows like do not, or it's a warning sign or whatever. So we need to peel it off. Peel it off, and you'll see a screw hidden here. So now we are going to remove the screw. Open the screw. Be careful. Open the screw. Open this one too. Untie the screw. Okay, it's fine. Keep your screws arranged, sure you don't get confused, okay? And ensure proper screw management. So we need to remove this battery from this board. To remove the battery from the board, we just have to check this up. This iron thing, we jack it up and remove the battery. So first things first, we need to figure out this first. Jack this up. This battery we have untied. I completely remove the screws. Oh, seems like I need to completely remove the screws from the battery. Yeah. Okay. So you need to put this up with. Be careful. This is iron, so it may conduct electricity. So we need to use a plastic something like this spring. Check this up and we pull the battery. And that's it, guys. We've completely removed the battery. Be careful with our screws so that we don't get missing. Put the batteries one side and the screws one side. So we need to first start by removing. Now let's remove our SSD. So screwdriver is not that good. Okay. So this screw, move it. SSD screw, put that way. And it seems like I had a screw that almost fell off from the battery. I didn't remove. The screw is somehow stuck here. This is a screw for the battery that I forgot to remove. So now, from then now, we just take our plastic and we pull out the SSD slowly. All right. So we've successfully removed this 512 SSD. We are going to install now our 2 TB SSD. We put our converter we bought from AliExpress. Yes, it. And it goes this way. As you can see, that's how it goes. So first things first, we are going to remove this first. We'll do it outside before putting it back inside. So we check our 2 TB really needed. So we got the SSD placed here. We placed some thermal parts here. This is to cool down the SSD, and also this is heat resistant tape. This tape here is to prevent this metallic area to touch with the battery terminal here. So it cannot cause any conduction. So installing the battery is really simple. We are first of all going to have to trim these areas, trim them. We're going to be installing some soft. It comes with the battery box here and here. This soft black thing, this is to I don't know, it's to press against, so the battery should not press against this wall. And we are also going to be trimming the back of the back cover of the ROG Ally. We are going to be trimming this area so the battery can easily lie on it. Be careful when doing this, because this will definitely void your warranty. It's going to void your warranty. So be careful when doing this. We're going to trim everything, trim it down. So first, let's start with this. With this here, we have to take our player, trim it down as you want. Try to trim it. Again, try and do this slowly so you don't destroy the backplate. So this is done. As you can see here, slowly, you can see I have trimmed this extrude. So we are going to trim now this section of fritz. Trim this area and this area. Trim this. So we put it down and we start trimming. Trim very slowly, okay? Careful not to destroy your touch any sensitive part. So it should be very slowly, very carefully. Be careful not to touch any sensitive part again. Like I have again. So just I believe it's okay, like good like this. So if you place the new battery, it will sit more easily and more firmly. So we need to remove. There's a particular piece of this thing here. We need to remove it. This because this is covering the battery. We need to remove it. It presses the battery against the battery. The insulating material on the old battery, this is it. We don't have to remove this insulating material, but if you have a way of removing it, then you should remove it. It might help you. That's if you have a way of removing it. So again, guys, so we need to apply some insulator against this place, because it stops on the board. It touched it on the board, so it should not touch with any circuit and cause a short circuit. So again, this battery is 79.7 watts hour, not you can see not 74 watts. So this is like the same battery that is in the ROG Ally X. So our ROG Ally will have the same battery capacity as that of a ROG Ally X with this battery mod. So I'm going to apply an insulator. So I've applied an insulator under here. This is to protect, since the battery will be lying this way, this is to protect the battery against touching this board. My insulator is applied, so I can now put the battery. But before putting the battery, I will need to cut these, and I put on this area so the battery can lie on it. So the battery should not touch this area. Okay. So now, when trimming it, just need to trim as a very good amount. I've trimmed a very good amount and put it inside. Be careful, it's very sticky, so you can trim as much as you want. You can also make sure you put a very good amount, and trimming this. I think I need to just trim a little bit more. Okay, I can now put this on this area, so it should be like something that is the battery will lie on. Right now I'm done doing the battery mount. This battery is perfectly well with the insulator, so now we need to somehow install back the SSD. Taking our SSD, we're going to place it back here, placing it back inside. So you see the SSD does not directly touch this. But before putting this, let's first of all put the battery. So I wanted to check well if it's not touching any circuit here, and the SSD is well insulated. Okay, so we are going to put the battery first. The battery should lie smoothly. After our mod is in our inner enters now smoothly without any stress. I'm going to bring this up. Going to look for a way to insert the battery. So let's just arrange the battery, but not completely insert it. Just arrange it on this area. So let's move this, just arrange it, but not completely insert it. Okay, like this. Then now, first of all, before putting this back, let's first of all put our SSD here. So our SSD is here. Now we are going to look for a correct angle to just put this battery. You need to look for a correct angle. It's a mod angle. We can put back this SSD here. The SSD is somehow touching the battery terminal. That's why I put this insulator here. So place the battery somehow like this. Yep, this is good. And this is it. So we take back our connector that connects the two daughter boards. We put back the connector in place. Putting this is not really easy, so you, again, take your time. Okay, we don't want to destroy our Ally because by now we have already voided the one. This is our sensor. This sensor here, we need to close it with some tape. So let's put this back where it was. Yeah, and look for a tape, a black tape, and close the sensor. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that is perfect. So right now, if you try to turn on the ROG Ally, it's not going to turn on unless we insert battery. So let's see. The battery is inserted and turn on, so we'll need to put a charger here. Charging light, that's a good sign. You hold down the volume down button and you press the power button. When you see light on the screen like this and you see this logo, you leave the power button and you keep holding the volume down button so you get into the BIOS menu. So keep holding the volume down button, let it take you into the BIOS menu. Let this do its thing. Okay, and I'm in the BIOS menu. Shows that everything worked perfectly. So for some year that we need to update the Ally to the whatever I want it to be. So another thing to note is that there were some screws here. There were 3 screws connecting the battery to the motherboard, and since we've removed this, we can secure this battery completely like tied to the motherboard. so we need to close it. So in case you find excess screws lying around, you just know that the screws were for the battery that you didn't connect, because this new battery does not have this connector. So I try to remove this connector, this plastic aluminum here, with this hole here. I tried to mount it on the motherboard on this new battery, and it was too short, or I don't know, it didn't actually go. So that's it. Now we are going to close the plate of the Ally. We're gonna put the new. Make sure it enters well when doing it. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to the top. So you just have to close the screws that are left. Close the top part. And hold the volume down button and power button. You leave and keep holding the volume down button until it comes to BIOS menu. Keep holding the volume down button. When it comes to BIOS menu, right here you press R2, R1. You need to recover from AMD. AMD has a specialized software that you can use to recover recovery software and install Windows and ASUS. You install Windows and ASUS drivers or for the ROG Ally. So to go to that section, we need to go to advanced mode. We press Y, go to advanced mode, or you can touch your screen. Then you scroll down to advanced, and you will see ASUS cloud recovery option. Press E there. So now enter here. From here, you just next. View privacy policy. From here, you just go next. You accept the policy, agree, and going to load you where asked you to enter your Wi-Fi password. From there, just next. Typical Windows installation process. Now, this is where it asks to enter Wi-Fi password. From here, this is my Wi-Fi. I take this, and I'm going to enter the password. So now, just to continue, and this might take some time. So depending on our internet speed, it might take some time. If I'm done doing this, let's accept the policies. I'm downloading the system. Once it's done downloading, it will install normally and come on normally. So guys, this is it now. We are done doing the update. This took like a ridiculous amount of time, and I had an error while doing the update. I was using my Wi-Fi and it kept failing. So the cloud recovery kept failing. So I had to switch to mobile hotspot, and it went through. Also, it took me about 30 gigabytes to do this of data. So when you have an error when you're doing your update, try to switch to mobile hotspot on your phone. Okay, this is it now, and I have connected this Bluetooth keyboard to it. If you can see, the keyboard is connected to Bluetooth to the device, so you can see it's working perfectly. Now let's check our storage to see what is there. Check our storage, we'll see it's upgraded to about 2 TB. Next, let's check our battery info. So using the battery info software, you can see that we clearly have 76.5 watt-hour and 191% charge. So guys, we have successfully modded this ROG Ally, and now we can use our carrying case. In case we want to travel it. It's very protective. I will leave links in my bio. And we have our adapter here. This is our hub with our 1 TB installed. So now we can install as many games as we want. Please like and subscribe. In the next video, I'm going to test about 30 AAA games and show you how fast you have good it runs on the ROG Ally plus the FPS. Bye bye.